Hi everybody, this is Jason Hulot from Canterbury Medieval Combat. This seems to be turning into a little bit of a series of videos really, which are kind of aimed at students here but might be useful for other people. So today we're going to talk about non-telegraphic motion and non-telegraphic movement because for us, when we treat this as unarmoured and we treat this as a self-defence, then we don't want to tell our opponent what we're doing. We don't want them knowing where the sword's coming from. We certainly don't want them to know when we're going to strike or where we're going to strike. So we have this mindset of non-telegraphic movement, which means we're trying to be as sneaky as we can. This is, because we're treating this like a self-defense, this is not chivalric in any way, shape or form. If we were fighting another knight, then yes, there would be codes, there would be rule sets, and there would be everything else. But if we treat this like a self-defense, where I'm about to get jumped by a ruffian, I don't want him knowing how I'm going to hit him or where I'm going to hit him. I want to take him by surprise as much as I can, because if I can get to him first, or I can injure him, I might get him to go away, or I might end up killing him or her. So it's kind of a thing that we do here where I'm very much focused on non-telegraphic movement. So that means that when we make small movements with our hands, so we have a sword, dun, dun, dun. When I make small movements with my hands, you can see just a tiny movement with my hands. There's a massive movement up here. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to eradicate that as much as possible, because this big waggly sword is not our friend. We also know from the Lichtenauer and the von Danzig treatise and the gloss that our swords are connected by a piece of string. When our buffle or our opponent goes to strike, they tend to preload, so they tend to pull back first before they strike. And it's that pullback that launches our strike, because if these two swords are connected by a piece of string, as soon as he pulls, we should be attacking. As soon as he pulls, we should be attacking. So what we don't want to do is we both pull back and then we launch. We should be primed and ready to go, but it shouldn't look like that. So for us, for example, our von Tag, instead of it being here or here in von Dach, or here with my elbows flared, I'm in and I'm down. And I'm literally going to punch with this hand. I want this to be really, really quick. And it goes forward. I'm not preloading, I'm not doing anything, so I'm not giving away anything. Kind of maybe done in that video, but that's the kind of the plan is strike. Forward. Sword goes forward. Sword doesn't go backwards, it goes forward. So for us, that's kind of what we're trying to do. So we get that initial early strike in, we take the vor, and we take the vor in a surprise. We don't just literally launch it in tempo. We make sure that we're kind of sneaky. So non-telegraphic motion is something we focus on here. So our guards, our Lega will look a little bit different to most people's, very slightly. And we have probably a slightly different cutting mechanic, but apart from that, we should be pretty standard to what everyone else does, really. So hope that helps and explains what we mean by non-telegraphic movement. And we will see you again. Thank you.